Jacket, Kurt, has shown up in Philadelphia. Robert Griffin III is here in studio. Let's knuckle up.
Yeah!
This 6-hour edition.
Come on now.
No, we're going to be on time. That was a false start. For a 6-hour show, we had a false start.
143 days. That's how long it's been since the Chiefs kicked off the season in Kansas City.
The journey to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans begins.
A game that set the tone for a 15-win season full of heart-pounding finishes.
The Dyke for the division.
Chasing history and a never-before-seen Super Bowl three-peat. Standing in their way, a familiar foe. And the only team to hand Patrick Mahomes a loss this season.
He's a beast with a capital B!
Looking to send the long-suffering Bills Mafia into a frenzy. In Philadelphia, the Eagles got here the old-fashioned way, behind the #1 ranked defense and the otherworldly exploits of Saquon Barkley.
What a night! What a season! What a player!
And then there's the Cardiac Commanders, with the unflappable phenom Jaden Daniels authoring a rookie run for the ages.
The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders!
After 143 days, Championship Sunday has arrived.
It sure has, and it's arriving in Philadelphia first. The battle of the NFC East Championship is the battle of the NFC Championship. Who could have figured that on a cloudy Eastern Pennsylvania day before we're back in Arrowhead, the place where the season began, and it will end for either the three-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs, as they'd love to be known, or the Buffalo Bills, who would love to make them the only two-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. Can the Buffalo Bills pull it off? That's how we enter the NFL Gameday morning, presented by Intuit TurboTax Studios. 6 hours of television between now until toe meets ball in Philadelphia. I am Rich Eisen, honored and thrilled to be here with you for a 22nd time here on NFL Network for a championship Sunday. It's on, and it is on with Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Gerald McCoy. Kurt Warner is calling the NFC Championship game for Westwood One. There he is in his puffy coat. But, Kurt, I think you'll understand, we kind of got jealous watching the Commanders dominate with the second overall selected Heisman Trophy winning stellar rookie quarterback. So we needed to get one of our own here. Robert Griffin III.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this.
Okay.
I mean, we remember when there was RG3ing, there were memes all over the place. Washington, D.C. was just loving life. And we love to have you here, Robert Griffin III. Good to see you here, sir.
Appreciate you having me here, Rich. This is awesome. Coach.
Good to be here, guys.
Yeah, Gerald, I'm glad you're not chasing me.
If I'm not mistaken, I helped you get started on your debut with NFL interviews on television back in the day.
There it is! Oh, my gosh. The whiteboard.
You were great.
Hey, Mooch, that hair looks incredible.
Who, mine or yours?
Yours.
Okay. Look at that. You remember the play you drew?
I don't remember the play.
Yeah, it was to Jeff Franker Drive. Yeah, I remember.
But what I remember is that, Mooch, from that moment to this moment, you're the same guy.
Yeah?
And I appreciate that about you.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's a great thing. Okay. You've stayed in touch with me over the years and really been awesome to me throughout my career, so I appreciate you more.
Thank you. We're happy to have you here today. Let's have some fun.
6 hours long with Robert Griffin III here with us. Cooper Kupp's going to join us later on. We will be here. Kurt's in Philadelphia, and we kick off this show, as always, even though there's just 2 hours more on the end of it, taking you to kickoff in Philadelphia. Championship Sunday storyline. Steve Mariucci, you're first.
Did you say we're 6 hours today?
Yeah.
So I guess we're just getting started, huh? You know what? We're going to talk about these quarterbacks once in a while today, but I'm going to talk about my storyline would be, you know, Josh Allen has never beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, right?
Right.
He's 0-3. We all know that. He's beat him 4 times in the regular season, but playoffs count more, don't they? And you know what? He's never been to a Super Bowl. He's got a chance to spoil this three-peat that the Kansas City Chiefs are trying to get and get to his first Super Bowl. If you want to be one of the greats, you got to beat the great, and you got to get to where he's been. This is a huge legacy game for Josh Allen.
Yes, it is. Mooch, you mentioned the three-peat. And that's what I'm focused on here, because some people have lost sight of what the Chiefs are chasing here. They've won 16 consecutive one-score games. They've won the AFC West 9 straight years. But for me, guys, there's a difference between being hungry and wanting something to eat, right? When you're hungry, you make sure that you go make it happen. You get the workouts. You do the extra film. You make sure you go out there and you put in the extra work in the weight room. When you just want something to eat, it just means there's some food in the cabinet. And you're just waiting on someone else to make the food for you. You'll do the workouts, you do the film, you do all these things if someone else tells you to do it. But to me, the Chiefs are hungry. They're scrapping for everything. They're not worried about winning a beauty contest. They're just focused on winning games, and they are hungry for that three-peat. So I'm excited to see them do it. But the Bills are in their way today.
Well, I mean, if you're going to continue to make your points using food as an analogy.
Yeah, I like
Steve
that.
Mariucci, hello.
Yeah. Thank you.
Kurt Warner, your thoughts?
Yeah, guys, for me, it is all about the quarterbacks. Yeah. There are no players whose legacy depends more on Super Bowls than the quarterbacks. And we've had 67 starting quarterbacks in the National Football League that started in a Super Bowl. Josh Allen is trying to add his name to the list. We've had 21 that have played in multiple Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts trying to add his name to that list. We've only had 2 that have played in 5 or more Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes, of course, trying to add his name to that list. And we have never had a rookie quarterback that has started in a Super Bowl. So Jaden Daniels is trying to become one of one. So 2 guys are going to set their legacy forward today, and I can't wait to watch which quarterbacks are going to do that.
Well, Kurt, for you, it's all about the quarterback. So, I mean, for me, obviously, it's all about the defensive tackles.
Obviously.
All right?
Of course.
The dominating defensive tackles. I want to see which defensive tackle will have the biggest impact for their team today. I showed an exo about the Buffalo Bills defense where Ed Oliver caused Patrick Mahomes to make a bad throw. So he played great in that game the last time they met. Can he do it again? Sean McDermott, he talked about who Chris Jones is at this time of the year. Can he do it again? Deron Payne is out. Jonathan Allen has been at the middle of this defense that's been dominating all playoffs. He's going to have to step up big. Then, of course, you just seen Jalen Carter, 2 extremely impactful plays to end the game last week. Which defensive tackle will dominate today? That's what I'm focused on.
Yeah, and then right behind him, you got in the NFC Championship game, too. I mean, Zach Bond, who, when we first went on the air for that opener between the Eagles and the Packers, no one was talking about the impacts he could make. He's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He made one of the final 5.
First team
And then in the middle of the defense for the Washington Commanders is the OG and Bobby Wagner trying to get back to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
But this time with the Washington Commanders, that's just, I mean, we could go on and on. We do have 6 hours. But we also have Steve Weiss standing by right now to kick off our in-stadium coverage with our reporters. Steve, take it away.
Well, thanks a lot, Rich. The Commanders, they'll be without 2 key interior players, as Gerald just said. Defensive tackle Deron Payne was downgraded to out with knee and hand injuries. But on offense, right guard Sam Cosmi, their best offensive lineman, he's out with a knee injury. I've been told that Trent Scott likely will start, but Michael Dieter, the backup center, and Chris Paul, a backup guard, could also be rotating through. Now, for the latest on the Eagles, let's send it to Stacey Dales.
Steve, Eagles QB Jalen Hurts dealing with that left knee injury he suffered in last week's victory over the Rams in the 3rd quarter. He has made progress this week. He anticipates wearing a brace on that left leg, and I'm told no limitations for the QB. Perhaps more concerning, though, his center, Cam Jurgens, dealing with a back injury. He is officially questionable. I am told it is up in the air as to whether he plays. A true game day decision. Landon Dickerson would step in if he's unable to go right now. Let's go to Kansas City. Cam Wolf, take it away.
Thanks, Stacey. Bills linebacker Von Miller said Patrick Mahomes is kind of like Kobe. He is going to hit his shots. We just got to make more of them. I talked to Bills players this week who said they remember their Chiefs scars, but they are not afraid of Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Josh Allen and Mahomes 4-4 against each other, but 0-3 the Bills are against the Chiefs in the playoffs. A.J. Epinesa, the Bills defensive lineman, said the difference today will be a find-a-way factor. Now, for more on the Chiefs, Sarah Walsh.
Travis Kelce called today one of the biggest challenges they've ever had, which is telling considering it's been 7 straight AFC championship games. Patrick Mahomes says we know how big it is, but we still go about our process. And a big part of the plan has been taking care of the football. He hasn't turned it over since a Week 11 game against these Bills, and his Chiefs have gone 8 straight games without a giveaway, the longest streak of that kind since 1950. Now to Ian Rappaport.
Sarah, it was a wild head coaching carousel, coaching cycle off the field. Plenty of surprises. Really one of the biggest surprises. The Las Vegas Raiders have hired Pete Carroll, 73 years old, Super Bowl winning coach with the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. He is now their head coach, going to be 74 by kickoff, but the gum-chewing grandfather, certainly one of the youngest 73-year-olds you could ever imagine, also faces a big decision at the quarterback position. The Raiders still need one. Keep an eye on this. One of his good friends is still Russell Wilson, the Steelers quarterback. My understanding is Russell Wilson wanted to play for the Raiders last year. Did not happen. Look for that union potentially to be discussed. Meanwhile, the New York Jets also hired a head coach, Aaron Glenn, one of their former superstars. He is now their head coach. They also have a quarterback decision. Aaron Rodgers has been very clear. The decision about whether he comes back will be up to the new head coach and the new general manager. Aaron Glenn, to my understanding, is open to it. Rodgers as well. Expect those conversations to ramp up, Rich, in the coming weeks.
I mean, all Aarons are welcome in New York. I mean,
whoa, we got a lot.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh,
what is going on?
Is there room for everybody?
Is Baldy a balloon? What is that? He's just floating. Is that a floating Baldy?
Yeah, I recognize half of them.
Oh, by the way, just make a note of it. We're on for a gajillion hours.
Yeah.
Oh, presented by TurboTax. In New Orleans. Just an absolute cast of thousands. All right, we are off and running here. They're set to play in their 4th playoff meeting, 9th time overall. The QBs get the headlines, as we know, but who's going to have the...
Lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay mình lại làm những cái video tô mổ để gửi tặng tất cả các bạn đây. Đây là những đồ vật, con vật của mình chuẩn bị tô mổ để gửi tặng tất cả các bạn. Đấy. Những sản phẩm của mình rất chi là nhiều, đây. Và không thể thiếu được hộp xăm mổ của mình này các bạn ơi. Hộp xăm mổ giúp mình tạo ra những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp. Và bây giờ các bạn cùng theo dõi mình tô mổ nha.
Tìm chi tiết tô mổ nhé. Trùng xong màn hình.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình. Video ngày hôm nay mình lại làm những cái video tô mỏ để gửi tặng tất cả các bạn đây. Đây là những đồ vật, con vật của mình chuẩn bị tô mỏ để gửi tặng tất cả các bạn. Đấy. Những sản phẩm của mình rất chi là nhiều, đây. Và không thể thiếu được hộp xăm màu của mình này các bạn ơi. Hộp xăm màu giúp mình tạo ra những sản phẩm tuyệt đẹp. Và bây giờ các bạn cùng theo dõi mình tô mỏ nha.
Tiếp tục tô mỏ nhé các bạn.
Ở đấy chúng ta đang ăn bánh không quay về xong khác kia đi lúc ra không là dám đâu nó cứ thế này. Quấn cái này có được sạch không?
Trùng xong màn hình.